Strategy 49, celebrate success. You can also celebrate failure, but that would be a weird title. I know there are companies that organize failure nights. I remember hosting a CX masterclass with El de Haze in Mechelen, Belgium. When we went out for dinner with our participants on day one, there was a large event in the main hall of our venue. I was curious and peeked behind the curtain, and there was a huge failure night going on, organized by a large retailer. Teams shared their failures on stage in such a fun way. Everybody was laughing and enjoying the celebration. The main message here is celebrate. Yes, my dear reader friend, my parents taught me to celebrate all you can celebrate. In personal life, birthdays, exams, anniversaries, and hey, sometimes just because it is Friday. And how do you translate that to business? What can you celebrate? Have you defined those moments of success, those milestones, where you can tap into celebrating? Please make sure that you add celebration as birthdays, milestones, kickoffs, team results to your to-do list. It takes a bit of effort, but it pays back big time. Take award ceremonies, for example. I was honored to be a judge at the Aegon Awards in 2018. Employees of Aegon could compete for an Aegon Award by being the most customer-centric team or best employee in customer service. Every Aegon employee in the global context could win one of the 8 awards. A very clear selection process of initiatives was communicated, and for each category, 3 teams were invited to come to the Netherlands for the grand finale. The board was present. All participating employees were incredibly nervous. It was a party. It was a celebration of success. The ceremony put the spotlight on those that did very well and made it possible to share success with others. I was happy to be part of this celebration and enjoy the festivities. It was such a business success. During my pilgrimage, I celebrated success a lot. Hey, why not? When I climbed the Passo della Sisa, for example, a hill, or maybe even a mountain, of 1,040 meters, I enjoyed a celebratory lunch with fresh mushrooms and added a glass of Prosecco to say cheers with my pilgrim buddy of the day. We thought we were so special with the bubbles in our glass, but when the postman entered and just ordered a glass of Prosecco as well, Italians understand how to start the Monday as fabulous with an afternoon lunch. Finishing in Rome was my grand finale. It was my 50th birthday and marked the last steps of my pilgrimage. I organized my own grande finale. I slept in the Waldorf Astoria to wake up as a 50-year-old. I walked the last steps of the Via Francigena, knowing that my husband would be waiting for me on St. Peter's Square. I knew we would be having lunch with my dear friends that flew in all the way from the US. That morning, the 17th of May 2022, I felt the emotions, having received many messages to congratulate me. I put on a blue dress and off I went, walking my last steps approaching the Vatican. The finish line of this journey, and I felt emotional. I was so happy to finally see my husband standing there with a bunch of yellow tulips and a bottle of Prosecco. We drank it together under the arches on the left-hand side of St. Peter's Square. Finishing a pilgrim's route ends with receiving a testimonium, a sort of a pilgrim's diploma given out by the church. In Rome it is handed out in the sacristy of the St. Peter, so we had to go in, but the queues were so long. The Prosecco, I must admit, had made me a little tipsy and bold. I decided that as a pilgrim and a birthday lady, I was allowed to jump the queue. My apologies to the people behind me. We got in, and the moment I received my testimonium, it was so special. Being in this sacristy, having a conversation with the Roman Catholic clerk and feeling so proud. I was standing there and it finally hit me that I did it. I walked 1,000 kilometers in 1 year. I had learned and enjoyed it to the max. Looking back at the picture of that moment in the sacristy, I can see both the tipsiness and the pride. This pilgrim in a blue dress celebrating the finish of her first pilgrimage in style.